we are solving the 7th problem now. Okay, so in this question, concentration of SO2 in the air for 30 locality was collected and it is given in this table. Okay, we have to find out mean concentration of SO2 in the air. Okay, so here again this is that data are in the class interval form. So first thing is you have to check whether it is continuous. Okay, that is upper limit and lower limit. Okay, each class interval are the same. Okay, so now see the class width. Okay, class width means upper limit minus lower limit, that is 0.04 minus 0.04. 0.08 minus 0.04 again 0.04. Okay, and you can see that their class width, that means upper limit minus lower limit of each class interval are the same. Okay, and in order to get the xi column, that is the third column, find the mid value. Okay, and each mid value, their difference also 0.04. Okay, that is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Okay, so that means 0.04 divided by 2 is 0.02. Here let us see children, 0.04 plus 0.08, that is 1, that is 0.12, and its half, because mid value, that is class mark xi, that is you will have 0.2 in 1 0 and in 12 6. Okay, that is 0.06. Hope this is clear. Okay, 2 in 1 0. Okay, we have taken 1 from decimal point, so you have to put decimal point and 0, then in 12 6 times. Okay, one more example, the third class mark, that means 0.08 and 0.12. Okay, 0.2. Okay, so 0.2 divided by 2. Okay, 2 in 2, that is decimal. Okay, for this decimal, and 2 into 1 and 0. That means 0.10. See the difference? 0.06 minus 0.2 is 0.04. Okay, that means the class widths also the same for this, the difference between each consecutive xis. Okay, so 0.14, okay, 0.18. Okay, let us see the next one, 0.20, 0.24. Okay, that means 4. Okay, so divided by 2, 2 in 4, 2 times 2. Okay, that is 0.22. It is clear children? So, it is very careful because we are dealing with the decimal number. Okay, so the calculation should be perfect. Okay, so after getting this xi, we have to select one from this xi column almost to the middle. Okay, and that can be the assumed mean. Okay, so we can mark that assumed mean as 0.14 or 0.10, doesn't matter. Okay, so 0.14. So I have selected this assumed mean as 0.14 for this problem. Okay, so we have to find out the difference between each xi minus a, that is the assumed mean. A denotes assumed mean. Okay, that is the next step. Okay, so that xi, the first class mark, that is 0 point, and I already told this will be 0. The entries above the 0 will be negative and after the 0 all are positive. Okay, that means 0.02 minus a, that is a is bigger number. So 0.14 minus 0.02, and we can give negative sign. Okay, 2 to 4, 2 and 1, so 0.0. So negative 0.12. Okay, next 0.14 minus 0.06. Okay, so we have to borrow, so 8 then 0, that means 0.08. 0.08, this also negative. Okay, and in the third entry, that is 0.a minus xi, okay, 14 minus 0.10, that is 0.04, 0.04, and this is of course 0, okay, and this is we know, but we can find out otherwise, okay, 0.14, okay, 40, okay, positive, okay, and 0.22 minus 0.14, okay, so borrowing 8, okay, then 0, that is 0.08. Hope this calculation part is clear. Okay, so after this xi, next column is fi into dA, that is product of frequency into its corresponding deviation, that is dA. We already have dA column. We can now find the product. This should be very careful. We are again dealing with a very small minute number, okay, decimal number. Okay, that is 4 into 0.12. We can multiply without decimal. 12 into 4, 48. Okay, so negative 48. 2 places. Okay, because we have 2 decimal places. Okay, so the decimal point comes to the left. Okay, so minus 0.48 after multiplication. Here also 9 into 8, that is 72. Okay, so negative 0.72. 9 fours are 36. Okay, here is it. This is also negative. Sorry, negative 0 point, because the numbers above the 0 will be negative. Okay, so negative 0.36. Here 0 and 2. Okay, 0. 4 into 0.6, 16. Okay, so 0.16. 2 into 8, 16 again, and 2 places, so 0.16. Hope this step is clear. Okay, multiplication of a decimal number can be easily found by multiplying without decimal number, and after getting the answer, shift the decimal point to the left according to the number of decimal places. Okay, so we have FIDI, and we already know that the sigma Fi, number of localities given as 30. That is sigma Fi. Okay, we have collected that SO2 in the air of 30 localities. Okay, if we want 6, 8 and 12 and 18, 30. Okay, and here sigma FIDI. Okay, we can first find out the sum of negatives. Okay, 48, 72 and 36. Okay, 8, 16, 1 carry. Okay, 7 plus 3, 10, 11, 15. Okay, so negative 1.56. Here the positives, that is 0.16 plus 0.16 is 0.32. 6, 6, 12, 1 carry, 1 plus 1 plus 1, 32. Okay, so that is 0.3, that is positive. Then we can subtract. Okay, that means 1.56 minus 0.32. Okay, 4. Okay, then 5 minus 3, that is 2. So 1.24, that is sigma FIDI is negative 1.24. Now we can write down the formula to get the arithmetic mean. We are using assumed mean method. Okay, that is x bar is equal to a plus sigma FIDI divided by sigma Fi. Okay, so substitute a we have chosen as 0.14 plus sigma FIDI is minus 1.24, this quantity, divided by sigma Fi is 30. Okay, so as usual I am keeping this without any change. I am going to divide 1.24 with 30. Okay, now we are going to divide this 1.24, that is negative 1.24 with 30. Okay, let us see. 1.24 divided by 30. Can we write this as the 3 into 10? Of course. Okay, so this would be better, children. So 10 divided a number with the 10 means shift this decimal point to the left. That is, now it becomes 0.124 and in the denominator 3. Now we are going to divide 1.124 with 3. Okay, if you want, you can make 0 in the whole number place. Okay, so 0.0, since 1 is less than 3, you have to put 0. So 0. Okay, and we can take next number, that is 12. Okay, in 12, 3 in 12, 4 times. Okay, so remainder 0. Then bring down the next number, that is 4, and 3 in 4 1 time. Okay, now the remainder is 1. We can see one more decimal value, that is 3 in 10 3 times. Okay, so this will continue like this, 3 1 1 10 10 like this. So 9 1, because when you divide a number with 3, if this is not a multiple of 3, it will not terminate. That we have learned in the first lesson. Okay, then I am going to round off this number into 3 decimal places by looking into the fourth. That fourth decimal value is less than 5, so we can round off this into 0.041. There is no change in the third decimal place. Okay, so we have seen after division, okay, we have got x bar is equal to 0.14 minus, since we are dividing a negative number with a positive, so negative is a sign. Okay, 0.041. Okay, so final subtraction in order to get the mean concentration of SO2. Okay, that is 0.14 minus, since we have 3 decimal places, it would be better to put 0, okay, in the first number, and 0.041. Clear? Since we have 3 decimal places in the second number, in the decimal places, it would be better to include 3 digits, 3 decimal places by writing sufficient zeros. Okay, then we can start subtraction. Okay, then since 0 less than 1, we have to borrow from 4. So this 4 become 3 and this become 10. So 1 to 10, 9. Again less than, so we can borrow from 1 become 0. This become 13. Okay, so 4 to 13, 9. 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay, and 0 whole number place 0. So the mean concentration of SO2 in 30 localities. After finding the arithmetic mean, we have seen 0.099. Calculation should be very carefully done because very minute number we are handling, okay, in this problem. Okay, I think this also very clear to you. Now we are moving to the 8th question. Here in this question, a class teacher has the absentee record of 40 students of a class for a whole term. We want to find out the mean number of days a student was absent. Okay, so this class interval indicates number of days a student has taken leave in a particular term. Okay, so between 0 to 6, 11 students were absent between 0 to 11 days. Sorry, 6 days. 6 to 10. Likewise, you can see up to 38 to 40 days. One student has taken between 38 to 40 days. Okay, so this is the meaning of the question. So since the number of days are arranged in class intervals, so first we want to check whether they are continuous. Okay, so upper limit and lower limit, okay, in all the class intervals and the successive class intervals are the same. So this means this is continuous frequency distribution. Okay, but when we look into its height or class width, see 6 minus 0, 10 minus 6, both are different. In the first case, in the first class interval, the class width is 6. But in the second class interval, the class width is 4. See the last class interval, 40 minus 38 is 2. That means the class width is different. Okay, but if we are choosing assumed mean method for calculating the arithmetic mean, okay, that doesn't affect, that is even if the height is different for the different class intervals, that doesn't affect because that formula is free from the value h, that is x bar is equal to a plus sigma fi di divided by sigma fi. Is it clear, children? So that doesn't matter. So we can continue, that is we are in the next step, we are finding the mid value of each class interval, that is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Okay, so 0 plus 6, that is 6 by 2, 3. Okay, see here the height is different, class width is different, we can't simply add that class size to the successive class mid values. Okay, that is possible only when each class interval having the same class width. So we have to find out the class width for each case separately. Okay, so 6 plus 10, that is 16 by 2, 8. Here 24 by 2, 12. We see the difference, 8 minus c, consecutive mid values, their difference are different. See, 8 minus 3 is not equal to 12 minus 8. Okay, why? Because here the each class interval is having different class size, okay, or class width. So 20 plus 20, 14, 34 and by 2, 17. Here 48, that is 24 divided by 2 half. Here it becomes 36, okay, and 66, 33, okay. Here we have 78, 38 plus 40, 78 by 2, that is 78 by 2 is 39. So these are the mid values of each class interval. Okay, since the class size are different, class width are different, here the consecutive mid values, okay, their difference also different. Okay. So next is we have to find out a value among this xi's and we can assume that as the mean, assumed mean, that is the next step. We can select one from this xi's as assumed mean. I am selecting 17. Okay, so here we can write a is equal to 17. Okay, and di is nothing but xi minus a. We have to take the difference of each xi minus a. Okay. So we have to subtract this assumed mean from each xi's. Understood? And since I told, see 17 minus 17 comes 0, all the entries above the 0 will be negative and after 0 will be positive values. Okay. So xi 3 minus 17 minus 14. 8 minus 17 is minus 9. Clear? Then 12 minus 17, negative 5. 24 minus 17, next comes positive values because all these values are greater than 17. Okay. So 7. Okay, then 33 minus 17, 16. Okay, 39 minus 17, 22. Okay, these are the deviations. Okay. Now we have the deviation column, that is we have find out the difference between each xi and the assumed mean 17. Okay, and we can fill the last column, that is fi di, okay, by multiplying each xi with its corresponding frequency. Okay, so 11 into 14, negative 14, so that is 11 into 14. Okay, 1 4s are 4. Okay, and 1 into 1, 1 and 1 4s are 4, 1 plus 4, 5, 1 1s are 1. Okay, so negative 154, okay, 9 into 10, negative 90, 7 5s are 35 and negative 35, 4 into 0, 0, 4 7s are 28, 3 into 16, 48 and 1 into 22, 22. Okay, so next step is sigma fi di. So we are going to add all the negative numbers and a positive number separately and finally we can take the last sum. Okay, so we are going to add this negative numbers, 5 plus 4 9, 3 plus 9 2, 12 plus 5 17, okay, 12 plus 5, 17. 1 carry and negative 1. 1 is there, 1 plus 1, 2. That is negative 279. Okay. Now we can add these positive values, that is 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 8, 18. 1 carry. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 4, 7 and 2, 9. 98. That is positive 98. Then negative 279 minus 98. Okay, 8 and 9, 1, subtraction. Okay, and 9 we have to borrow from 2, 17, 8 and 1. That is negative 181 is sigma Fi di. And sigma Fi, okay, this is the absentees record of 40 students that is given. Okay, so we can write sigma Fi as 40. Okay, so after getting sigma Fi di and sigma Fi, we can write down the formula to calculate the arithmetic mean by assumed mean method. X bar is equal to A plus sigma Fi di divided by sigma Fi. Okay, so assumed mean we have chosen as 17 plus negative 181 divided by 40. Okay, we can find this value and that should be subtracted from 17. I am keeping 17 as fixed. Okay, so 181 divided by 40 can be written as 4 into 10. Okay, so when we divide a number with the 10, we have to shift the decimal point to the left by 1 place. So this become 18.1 divided by 4. Hope this step is clear. Okay, so 18.1 divided by 4. 4 in 18, 4 times 16, 2 is the remainder. Next we are taking a number from after the decimal point, so put a decimal point in the quotients place and you can write 1 along with 2. So 21, 4 in 21, that is how many times? 5 times 20 and in 1 is the remainder. So in 10, 2 times 8, so 25 times. So 4.525. If you round off to 2 decimal places, okay, this become 4. Since this third is greater than 5 or more than 5, you can add 1 to the second decimal place. So 4.53. Okay, 2 become 3. We are going to subtract. Okay, so 6 and 10 and 10. So 3 to 10, 7, 5 to 9, 4. 4 to 6, 2 and 1, that is 12.47 is X bar. Mean number of absent for a student, number of days is 12.47 days. This is clear, children? Okay. So very important thing is, even if here the difference, that is class width, are not the same, that doesn't affect its value, that is arithmetic mean, if we selecting this assumed mean method or direct method, that doesn't matter. Okay, I think this would be the best method, okay, than the direct method. Okay, now we are moving to the last question. Here in the last problem, we have given the literacy rate of 35 cities in percentage. We have to find out the mean literacy rate. Okay. So here 45 to 55 percentage, 3 cities out of 35 cities, that means sigma Fi is, we have collected the literacy rate for 35 cities. So sigma Fi will be 35. Okay. So children, see, first thing is, since this percentage is literacy rate in percentage is divided into class interval form, check whether that is continuous first. Okay, so 45, 50, 55, 65. Okay, so upper limit, lower limit, all the class intervals, okay, are following that rule, and also the class size, the class width, H is same. Okay, that means when you are taking this mid values, their consecutive mid values, the difference will be its class size, that is 10 itself, so that you can easily fill this third column. Okay, so and also it is continuous. So very simply you can calculate its mid value, a lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. That is 45 plus 55, 100 by 2, 50. Since the class size is 10, so 60, 70, 80 and 90. And we can select one from this xi column, that is I am going to select it when it is odd. We can easily find out the mid observation, that is xi, that is 70. So assumed mean is 70 for this problem, 70. So we are going to take the deviation, that is xi minus a. So the column corresponds to 70, in di column is 0, 70 minus 70 is 0 itself. All the entries above the 0 are negative, that is 50 minus 70 minus 20, 60 minus 70 minus 10, okay, 80, then it will have, we will get positive values. 80 minus 70, 10 and 90 minus 70 is 20. Next is FIDI. Okay, so 3 into 20, negative 60, 100, 10 into 10, 100 and negative 100, 11 into 0, 0, 8 into 10, 80 and 3 into 20, 60. Okay, now we can add, or you can simply cancel this positive 60 and negative 60 get cancelled. So negative 100 and positive 80. So the sigma FIDI. Okay, here negative 100 and plus 80 is negative 20. Okay, since we can cancel negative 60 and positive 60. So that is the way I applied for solving this problem. So we have seen that sigma FIDI is negative 20. Now we can do, we can write down the formula for arithmetic mean by assumed mean method. X bar is equal to A plus sigma FIDI divided by sigma Fi. Okay, and assumed mean is 70 plus sigma FIDI is negative 20 divided by 35 is sigma Fi. Okay, we can solve this fraction and that should be added or subtracted. Here it will come negative because positive and negative is negative. We have to subtract this from 70. Okay, so being both are the multiples of 5, we can divide with 5. 5 in 24 times and 5 in 35, 7 times. Okay, now 4 by 7. Okay, so since 4 is less than 7, we need to put a decimal and we can add sufficient zeros. And in 40, 7 in 40, 5 times 35. Remainder 5 and in 50, 7 times. 49, 1 is the remainder and in 10, 1 time. This is enough because we can round off to 2 decimal places. So, this being the third decimal value is less than 5. Okay, there is no change for the second decimal place. That means this is equal to 70 plus 0.57. Okay, there is no change for this second decimal place since the third decimal place is less than 5. Okay, so we are going to subtract this. Okay, 70 minus 0.57. We are borrowing from 7. 7 becomes 6 and 10 become 9 and here 10 become again 9 and in last 0 10. Okay, so 7 to 10 3, 5 to 9 4, here 9 and 69.73%. Literacy rate is 69.43%. Okay, we have collected the literacy rate for 35 cities. Okay, so and the mean literacy rate is 69.43%. Is it clear, children? Okay, this is all about 14.1. Okay, thank you for watching and supporting my videos. Thank you once again.